We'll be talking the first week of the Tribe season and getting to the end of the Cavs season, monsters in the playoff hunt, and night before WrestleMania, our special guest, multiple-time World Heavyweight Champion, the man they call Sting. All of that and more, same bat time, same bat channel. We gotta go. I'm J-Rock saying see you next week, live 9 p.m. on the Sports Fix, Daddy. Clear?
Clear.
Well, you ain't. You said you gotta go. You ain't playing, man. All right. Is that thing already going?
Yep.
All right, give me 1 second. In 3 hours I've been talking, so. Reason I had you set this. You're sitting down. Should I sit down? Stand up?
Go ahead and sit down.
The reason I had you record this is because we got a couple on the Facebook, a couple of comments, and we got that caller earlier, and I didn't get a chance to answer it on the air. So, Sports Fix listeners, J-Rock, Jerry Myers with you. Matter of fact, some of you probably still listening. If you're on the internet stream, you're still hearing me say goodbye. But just got done wrapping the show up. For those questions that I couldn't take on the air, a few of you asked. A few weeks ago, I did the video for my man Ray Rowe challenging for the NWA World Heavyweight title. And a couple of people tonight wanted to know, say, hey, J-Rock, what happened with Ray Rowe and the Tokyo Monster? That's pretty, matter of fact, I'm pretty proud of that. Speaks to the fact that not only did that video go viral, but pretty proud of the fact that some people up here in Cleveland were so intrigued by that match that they wanted to know, you know, what happened here, you know, something all that far away down in Texas. So let me hip you all to it. Cleveland's own Raymond Rowe, he took the Tokyo Monster Cahagas to his limit. These two guys, I told you they were going to be like bulls in a china shop, and they didn't let anybody down. If you didn't get a chance to see it, I believe it's on YouTube right now. You can YouTube search it. Ray Rowe versus Tokyo Monster Cahagas for the NWA World Heavyweight title in the Texas heat in a packed building. Ray Rowe took that man to his limit, and that man, hey, I'll give him credit. I don't think I've seen anybody take it to Ray Rowe like that probably since Samoa Joe back in 2006. I mean, really hard-hitting match, and Ray Rowe came this close, but Tokyo Monster, he did retain the title. Ray Rowe fell short. But Ray Rowe can lay claim, I think, to a slice of history because the next night as it played out, I think Ray Rowe took the best out of the Tokyo Monster. And that says a lot. Tokyo Monster has taken out a lot of people, defended the title all over, did a lot. And I think that credit should be given. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Tokyo Monster Cahagas did a lot to re-elevate that NWA World Championship through all the garbage that it's been through with different caretakers that haven't respected the lineage and the respect that goes with that title. But Tokyo Monster, I think a piece of him was taken by Ray Rowe that he couldn't get back. The next night, Jax Dane should have cashed in. And I think Jax Dane's got a valid complaint that he's the uncrowned World Heavyweight Champion of the National Wrestling Alliance because Jax Dane was ready to pick up what was left from the pieces of that epic clash between Ray Rowe and the Tokyo Monster when Jax Dane was assaulted. He was beaten up so bad he was removed from the building, couldn't fight that night. Ray Rowe didn't have anything left after going toe-to-toe for 30 minutes with the Tokyo Monster the night before. But Jax Dane, and Jax Dane, jacked up, makes Ray Rowe look like a cruiserweight. This guy definitely could have got the job done, but since there was an open spot, Tokyo Monster said open challenge, and you know what? That was a mistake because Jax Dane's best friend, Rob Conway, the con man, you want to talk about jacked, there's a dude who's jacked and ripped. Look him up. You think he looked good in the WWE, champion all over the world, he looks even better now. But Rob Conway stepped up, took the match for Jax Dane, and, in my opinion, picked up the scraps of what was left by Ray Rowe. Rob Conway took the best the Tokyo Monster had and had his hand raised as the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And I think as much as the Tokyo Monster did for the lineage and the heritage of that title, Rob Conway's taking it to another level. The whole NWA is really going to another level. I said before, no offense to anybody, but it was mismanaged by a lot of people who tried to get their own things out of the legacy and the history of the NWA. Perfect example of this new NWA, Bruce Tharpe, he threw down the gauntlet. The NWA is invading Japan, and again, no offense, but the people before, different people that had their hands on the NWA, they tried to invade Japan, but they would attack a minor league promotion. No disrespect to places like Zero One and DDT and Dragon Gate, but they would attack these smaller promotions. The NWA now is playing for keeps, and they got a brass set because Rob Conway, Bruce Tharpe, the NWA is invading New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's the major leagues in Japan, and the NWA ain't bowing down to anybody. I think it shows credit to Bruce Tharpe. It shows credit to the NWA. And now with a guy like Rob Conway as their flagship, man, New Japan Pro Wrestling's got something on their hands. I think that could be a story of 2013 overseas. There's going to be a whole lot going on. Kojima going to step up April 7th. I mean, multi-time champion, bad dude. Rob Conway's got his hands full, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And there's some other things, tag team action, and Davey Boy Smith Jr., Lance Archer. A lot of things going on. But it shows and it speaks to what the NWA is all about. The whole fact that they're going over there and throwing down the gauntlet with the big boys of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Speaks the whole clash of the Parade of Champions, Clash of the Champions. The Parade of the Champions, again, shows it. These guys are digging into the legacy and history of Houston wrestling and doing something that should have been done a long time ago, and something that just shows me that Bruce Tharpe and the cats at the NWA are the real deal. The Parade of Champions honoring Paul Boesch, one of the greatest promoters in the history of our business. Half the people out there watching this, half the indie wrestlers in locker rooms around the country don't have the slightest clue who Paul Boesch is. Get an encyclopedia, give yourself a history lesson and find out, or take lessons from the National Wrestling Alliance. They got the Parade of Champions, April 20th. Every champion in the NWA is going to be there, but they're going to be respecting and honoring the legacy of Paul Boesch. So I'll talk to you more maybe later about that. I'm sure the NWA will. I'm going to wrap it up. The whole thing started, I was just trying to tell you that Ray Rowe, Cleveland's own, came this close. He couldn't get the job done, but it's really got me following along with the NWA and really excited to see where this next step goes. You can check them out. YouTube. Check out the match, Ray Rowe versus the Tokyo Monster. Check out the next night. Tokyo Monster loses the NWA title to Rob Conway, and this Sunday, pay-per-view in Japan. I don't know if you can get it here in the States. If you can, Rob Conway and Kojima and the NWA invasion of New Japan Pro Wrestling. The big boys, they used to say WCW is where the big boys play. The NWA is where the biggest of the big boys play and the baddest of the bad boys play. And I'll tell you what, the NWA is where it's at in 2013. Ray Rowe, don't mark him out. He's going to be a future world heavyweight champion, but right now, that spot's taken by Rob Conway, and I gotta say, I say it again, hey, Rob Conway took advantage of what Ray Rowe did to the Tokyo Monster, and Jax Dane should call himself the uncrowned world heavyweight champion, but who am I to say that? I'm the Big Daddy, J-Rock Sports Fix listeners. I'll see you next Saturday night, live at 9 p.m. NWA fans, wrestling fans, and anybody who's watching this, thanks for your time. I'll talk to you soon.